that. She's everything on a tin.
But you can see we're doing this song faster now, and we have a vibraphone solo. There's pretty cool vocabulary happening there. Certainly high school students, there's probably some good vocabulary to learn in there with some 251s. College students also. One thing that I would sometimes do with singers at the college I was teaching at would be to have a trade fours, essentially. Students would trade fours with the program. Some nice harmonic ideas. Also, you can't always, you can't always come in and print any of these ideas out. It's very easily done to print that out as kind of a lead sheet. Are there any questions before I kind of move on? I'll periodically come back to you guys for questions. So, what I've done, in case some of you guys were wondering about that kind of loud, obnoxious click that I had going on before, it was necessary for me to do that in this song because there's that large a cappella section. It's 32 bars with the form where it's just a cappella. So what I did is I made a click in GarageBand. Okay, it's another program you have to buy. Or maybe it came with your Mac. So what I did is I imported this file, okay, imported a click file that I had time stretched or prepared for this tempo. I used SoundForge, which is a program that's now made by some makers of acid. Programs that will take a file and be able to stretch them to conform. So now when I hit play, you guys will hear the click at the correct tempo. And what's going on right there is it's generating the accompaniment and generating the bass and drum audio loops. That's why we get that little percentage. And then I can just mute it out when it's not quite as critical to have a click. The program does have a metronome built into it, but I have to say it's a lot more problematic since they've gotten better sounding drums. For some reason or other, having the audio loop real drums and an audio loop rim click, essentially metronome, don't play well together. So I like to go ahead and just bring in more. How did I do that? The song? Yeah, in this case, all I did is I went into GarageBand and I entered notes in at quarter notes at 200 or something like that. I then took that file, the audio file that came out of GarageBand, and I time stretched it. All you have to do is, in a program like SoundForge, say original tempo, 200, I knew what the original tempo was, and then type in the new value, which in this case is what, 224. And it does it for you. It just stretches it for you.
But in this program, how does it line up with the song?
Good question. Let me kill that click for you guys. So I'm getting rid of the click right now. Is it okay? Yes, it's quite all right, thank you. And I'm going to come up to this audio menu right here and import some audio. In this case, I'm importing a click track. That's at quarter note equals 224. I then say fine, and I'm just following the defaults here. It's warning me, that it's going to place it essentially 2 bars before the song starts, so that they'll have a count off, or ictus to come in. And then I just say, fine, okay. And I'm going to let it convert to mono. It's prompting me to hit no to convert to mono. I say no, and there it is. And you'll notice here also that the track becomes yellow, which means that there's a click there right now. Well, I could actually come in here to the audio edit window and show you visually that it's there.
Okay, you didn't mean there, you meant it's in the song.
It's in the song. Yeah, just very colloquially speaking.
Yeah. When you hear the song, you feel like you mentioned wrestling. You know that song? So the big track.
Good. Good. What I've done here is I've gone to my preferences, and I really wish they would consolidate some of these options. It scares off a lot of educators, I think. And I went to counting/metronome, and this is where you tell the program by default it's going to give 2 bars deleted, but if I wanted to, reduce that, I could click that just to make it 1 bar with the count off. To answer your question, Corey, it's within the preferences, and it's a button here that has to do with counting and metronome. Is there another question? Yes.
I came in about 5 minutes late. You may have covered this, but how was the song created? Is it pre-done, or do you create it yourself?
That's a really good question. The only part of this song that I maybe created myself or played in, if that's what you mean by creating it, the only part of this song or accompaniment that I played in is towards the very, very, very end. There's this little piano break. Let's start down here at bar 162. We're just listening. A little da-da-da is the only thing that I played in. Everything else is generated by the machine.
So you're just plugging in chord symbols, and it's generated based off that.
Technically, what's going on beneath the hood, there are patterns with a varying degree of likelihood that will happen. Also contingent on how many bars a certain chord is lasting. So if the chord is lasting for one measure, there is maybe a 10% likelihood that this pattern will happen. There's a 10% likelihood that another pattern will happen. It's all very mathematical. Yes, is there another question? John?
Well, I was wondering, I don't want to get in the way of the wait time
All right,
presentation, but could you take like 2 minutes and just start
Type?
a new file and show us
Sure.
A-Train or something, Just
Sure.
create something, because it's really easy. It's
Okay. The other thing that, and I do a video, and I'm happy to share my information with you, and I have a 20-minute presentation that shows how I do all the hits, thank you. And John will come back to that. Anything that's in red is going to be like a hit, okay? Something that could be something that has a pause. You have the leverage to have the drums either play through it or not. There's a lot of flexibility. This little caret is an anticipation or a harmonic anticipation or a push going into that chord. I'll show you those things. John, to go back to your question, which was just, how do I enter something in? Let's start a new file here. Let's see, like A-Train, you said, for example?
Whatever, yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm typing in, it's like a spreadsheet. Does this look kind of like a spreadsheet to you? It does to me. I'm typing in these fields or cells here, and you can see what I'm typing, by the way, folks. If you look right in this box here, you'll see what I'm typing. So I'm going to go CMAJ7, and there's 2 bars of that, right? D7 sharp 11, D minor 7. And one little beef of mine is that I can't type DMI or DMIN7. It'll blow me off and ignore the chord, which I don't like. Because I think, why would you have MAJ for major and just M for minor? That to me doesn't make any sense.
But you don't have to go MJ, you can go CJ.
J, yeah, good. J, that's right. CJ is the shortcut for that. But you're always going to end up with a visual representation here of MAJ. So, yeah, exactly. Should we throw an extra 2-5 in here? We could. Let's hear what it sounds like. Let's just say that we just want 8.